everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video is going to be a sequel to my last video where I talked about my experiences as a new international student in a new foreign country 6 years ago. Now, you guys know this is school season. We are getting back to school and we're going to be going in person in school here in Canada, and school is starting very soon. This means that there are going to be so many new international students that are coming into the country to study. Yes, I said coming in because Canada is finally opening up its borders to foreigners. So that means if you're a new international student with a study permit and you're supposed to start school really soon, like in the next month or two, then this video is definitely for you. So you guys know in my previous video I talked about my experiences as a new international student. There were so many things I did wrong, how I struggled and all of that. I have some experiences and some lessons that nobody told me. I had to figure them out myself, and in this video I'm going to be sharing all of those tips, all of those lessons with you. It's for you to develop, take it, make of it what you will, but I guarantee you these strategies, these tips, they are what will make you succeed as a new international student in Canada. Stick around, grab a seat, and pay attention. The first tip or the first strategy or the first habits that you need to develop or you need to take note of is the course outline. So as a new student, you're coming into Canada, you're coming into a new educational system, everything is all new, and you might tend to feel overwhelmed at the kinds of things that are going to be thrown at you. Yes, your instructors are going to be throwing a lot of things at you, left, right, center, up, down, everything. So the first thing you need to do for every course that you're taking in this new school, this new academic session, is to study the course outline. Get the course outline, the course syllabus, and study it. Honestly, this should be your holy grail, and it's very easy to get. It is the first thing that instructors give out on the first day of class. Some instructors do it before class officially starts, but usually it's the first thing that every instructor is mandated to dish out on the first day of class. Course outline contains information about how you can reach your instructor, the office hours. It contains information about the textbooks you're going to be using, the required reading materials if you're going to be dealing with a lot of papers that are not in the textbook. It's going to give you information about labs if you have labs. It's going to give you information about every single topic, every single concept that you're going to be taught for that semester in that class. It's also going to give you a breakdown of every assessment, every test, every quiz, every exam, every assignment. Everything you need to do that contributes to your final grade in that course is in the course outline. So study it, get a hold of it. You can print it out, put it on like your study board or in your study table, or you can even attach it to your notebook or something. Just get the course outline and let it be your holy grail. Let it be what you use to study. Let it be what you use to know what's going on in school, what's going on in class, so that you're not left behind. And if you are the type of person who likes to study ahead of time, then you need the course outline, because then you know, okay, this is the topic that is going to be taught this week in school. I'm going to study it before the instructor starts teaching it, right? So very important, because it will really help you, it will really guide you, it will really give you focus, clarity, and direction. And again, it will also help you when you're studying, so that you only study what you need to pass that course, so that you don't end up spending too much time studying things that are unnecessary, things that the instructor doesn't cover in the course and probably wouldn't even come out in the exam. If you wanted to do that just for your own knowledge purpose or for your own sake, that's fine. If you're strapped for time, then the course outline will help you streamline your studies so that you're not just all over the place in your studies. So course outline, your holy grail. Trust me, this will help you get that A in that course. This will help you stay organized in that course that you're taking. The second tip or the second strategy is to make a study plan that works for you and leaves room for me time. Okay, so when you're coming in as a new student, you probably will feel stressed, you probably will feel overwhelmed because there's so much to do in such a very little time, and you're not going to get used to being in Canada in just one day or 1 minute, right? It takes a while. It took me a year for me to get used to Canada. It took me a year for me to like just become used to the system of things, the way things are done here, and I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of things, right? So make a study plan that works for you. You know what's best for you, you know how best you learn, you know if you're a visual person, then you know you need to be dealing with things that are visual for you to learn and understand things. If you are an auditory person, then you need to be listening to anything that can help you assimilate what they're teaching you better. And if you're the type of person who is comfortable with reading, then you know you need to read. But either way, just make a study plan that works for you and leaves room for me time. And when I say me time, I mean yourself or myself if I were to be studying, right? So you need breaks. Make sure you take breaks when you're studying, and I don't mean like the whole 5 minutes break or 10 minutes break. I mean, you can do that if you just want to take a short break, but also take long breaks. Just rest, allow your brain to rest, allow your brain to figure things out, so that by the time you get back to studying, you're already refreshed, you're already rejuvenated, and you feel good, and you even study better, you even learn new things better. So I didn't do this and it really affected me in my grades, but now I'm telling you because once I realized that me time is very important in a Canadian school, then I began to do better and I began to succeed. Give yourself room to breathe. If you're the type of person who studies during the day and sleeps at night, that's great for you. You can plan around that. But if you're the type of person who studies better at night and you want to maybe like sleep during the day, you can also plan around that. Either way, do something that works best for you, essentially. The third tip or the third strategy is to make friends that you can study together with, hang out with, and chill out with. And this is super important, especially if you're coming to a new country that you've never been to before and you're coming into the educational system. And the truth is that with the Canadian educational system, no man is an island. And trust me, if you think that you can survive on your own when you come into Canada, you can study on your own, pass on your own, you're going to soon enough realize that you can't do it on your own alone. It doesn't matter what program you're studying, whether it's bachelor's, master's, PhD, diploma, whatever it is you're studying for, you can't do it alone. And this I realized soon enough because when I was in Nigeria, I was someone who could study alone and pass and get my grades. But when I came here, I struggled a lot because there were things that I didn't know that other people knew, but I just didn't know how to talk to people. I wasn't the kind of person who knew how to talk to people. I had major communication issues. So just when you come in, you're going to meet other foreigners like yourself. So try as much as you can, as best as you can, to make friends with people in your class. You can make friends with anybody, but when it comes to your class, make friends, introduce yourself, get to know your classmates, and then from there you can even form study groups, study partners that you study together with. You can work on assignments together with. I mean, there might be situations where you may know something and your friend doesn't know. You can explain to that person what the concept is all about. Or there might be situations where you don't know anything and your study partner knows what the topic or what the concept is about, and they can be the ones that will put you through. So you never really know, right? Because no man is an island when it comes to the educational system. So really super important to make friends, get to know people in your class that you can hang out with when you're feeling overwhelmed or when you're feeling tired and you're feeling like, oh, I just need a break, or I just need someone to talk to, right? You can call on your classmates if they're willing to listen to you. You can call on your classmates and then have that conversation with them, sit around, have fun, just hang out, chill out, laugh together, cry together. Just don't be alone because you can't really survive alone. The fourth tip, and this is really major. I mean, all the tips, all the strategies that I've mentioned, all the habits, they're all major, but this is super really important, is don't be scared of asking questions. Trust me, honestly, you will not know until you ask. And one thing that really destroys people, well, I don't know about other people, but I know about me, when I was new to Canada 6 years ago, I didn't know how to talk. I didn't talk in class. Basically, I was just like zip it, and a lot of people thought I was mute. A lot of people thought I was snobbish and I didn't talk to people just because of, you know, my communication issues. But I never really asked questions because I was too scared to ask my instructors questions. So ask questions when you're in class. If you have a fear of talking in public, you can send questions via email. You can book an appointment with your instructor during office hours, and you can go ask them, please explain this to me, because honestly you won't know until you ask. And it's really very bad to assume things in class, because it's going to destroy you, and that's just the truth. It's going to really mess you up, right? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you are misinterpreting something and your instructor meant it another way, and then you lose marks just because you didn't ask, or just because you failed to understand what the instructor wanted, right? So don't be scared of asking questions. If you can't ask questions in class, you can send the instructor an email. Like, send questions to your instructor via email if you don't want to ask in class. I've done this so many times before, and I haven't had any issues with it. Every time I send my instructor an email, they always answer me. I've also booked appointments with my instructor during office hours just so I could ask questions. Like, they encourage it, right? It's their job to entertain questions, to teach you, right? So that you can better understand. So always ask questions, and ask the right questions. The fifth and the last one is to engage in self-care activities. I consider myself as someone who is a workaholic, so sometimes I tend to overwork myself and I forget to take care of myself. Case in point, my experience as a new international student, I was always studying. I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time to sleep, eat, even watch a movie, because I thought that if I should engage in any of those activities, I might be losing out on what I would have studied, or I might miss something, and you know, but it doesn't work that way. So always have time for yourself. This is also part of what I call me time, self-care activities. So like, if there is anything you like to do during your leisure time, something that just helps you chill, helps you feel more relaxed, engage in it. It could be exercise, it could be yoga, it could be music, it could be dancing, it could be, even if it's just going out to a party or going out to the bar with your friends to have a drink, or even just like being on the phone watching a movie, or even just sleeping. They're all part of self-care. The education system here drains you a lot, right? It takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of your time, and you have to be able to create that balance between time for yourself and time for studies. So don't be like me, the way I was when I was new. Don't be in that kind of situation where you find that you're always just like doing school stuff, you're always studying, you're always doing assignments, and you never get to take a break, because then your productivity is going to diminish in no time. You are practically running yourself to the ground, and you're going to find out that in no time you're going to be exhausted all the time. If you take one day off from school activities to just rest, relax, and do whatever it is you feel like doing, it's not going to make you feel right. It's just a way to give your body a break, basically. Give your brain a break from studying and just chill and just not do anything. A lot of people do it. I do it. I'm not saying don't study. I'm not saying like don't do the assignment. I'm just saying like engage in self-care activities, things that make you happy, things that would kind of help you with your mental health, because your mental health is important while you're in school, and as well as your physical health. Then pick up and continue from where you left up, and you will be fine. Guys, I tried all of these strategies, all of these habits, and it worked for me, and I did excellently well in grad school once I figured these tips out. So I decided to share them with you. If you follow them to the letter, you will succeed. You will not have any problems getting used to the system of things here in Canada. If you're a new student, new international student, I just want to tell you that you're going to be fine. You're going to do just great and you will survive. Don't worry about anything and just relax basically, and take your time and enjoy your studies here in Canada. Alright guys, so that is all for today's video. Those are the tips and strategies, those are the lessons that I wanted to share with you guys. If you like this, give this a thumbs up. Please like this video. Also subscribe to my channel. If you have been watching this video at this point and you haven't yet subscribed, you might as well subscribe, because chances are you've probably watched another video that I have on the queue. So please subscribe, click that subscribe button that's down below. Also watch other of my videos, turn on my post notifications so that you will never miss an upload. And with that, I will be seeing you in my next video. See you guys.